which I have a badass attitude as well. So like I said, I definitely fall into the stereotype of a undesirable black woman.
All right, it's your boy KamsCorner. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Today we're reacting to this black woman saying she no longer dates black men. And she has a list for us. I'm not gonna waste too much time. And yes, I'm wearing a hat because I don't got a haircut. So let's get right back to the video.
A little bit about me before we get into this video. I'm clearly a melanated woman or black woman, and I'm extremely independent. I've been living alone since I was 22 years old. I'm college educated. I have a career in corporate America. I have a very healthy income. I'm able to provide everything that I want for myself. Okay. I have no debt, and I live in a very high cost of living area. And I do this all by myself with ease. I take care of myself. These, by virtue, would peg me as the stereotypical black woman, except for the fact that I'm not obese, because that is what these crazy black men try to say is black women are undesirable, they're obese, they don't take care of themselves, they have nasty attitudes, which I have a badass attitude as well.
1 second, I gotta pause it right there. First of all, with the whole black men not wanting obese women or saying that black women are obese, that's a fact. And that's just black people in general. I think 70% of black women, I can put the stat up here, I think 70% of black women are overweight or obese. So it's pretty common. That's why when I hear the stereotype of like black men like fat white women, I'm like, first of all, if you're saying black men like fat women in general, I agree with you. But we don't just specifically go after fat white women. The black women we have are fat anyways. So black men are just used to having women that are overweight. It has nothing to do with them just not going after in-shape black women and just trying to go after out-of-shape white women. Like, that's not happening. Let me play the video again.
Well, so like I said, I definitely fall into the stereotype of a undesirable black woman. However, none of that stops me from dating and choosing very consciously to not and never again date black men. And I have a little list here.
Congrats.
Which only took me about 3 seconds to put together, of why I don't date black men. Now, the first reason is because they're extremely, extremely, extremely
insecure.
If you've seen my last video, then you know how I talked about black people, melanated people victimizing themselves to white people is not a flex. It's not something that is respectable. It's not something that's dignified. It's not really something that's going to help you propel and move forward in your life. I've never dated a black man that didn't talk about his
experience as a black man
and talk about how
the man is always trying to keep him down.
And it's so sickening. It's disgusting. And it's my experience dating every single black man that I've dated. They've always talked about how their experience as a black man in America is one that is filled with hatred and racism, I guess. Although secretly, I believe every single black man would find themselves at a higher status if they actually had dated or possessed, was in a relationship with a woman of non-color. But that's really neither here nor there. I really, really hope that black men find their preferences away from black women so that they can continue to level up and do them and go about their merry way and be great. Another topic in the being insecure, I noticed that black men are really crabs in a bucket. Black men just can't stand to see someone doing better than them. They're very jealous and insecure as well. I don't know what this stems from. Regardless though, instead of uplifting people, they want to bring them down and knock them down a peg to where they feel that they can be on top of whoever it is that they're dealing with. And I've noticed this amongst black men that I don't even date. Black men who are supposed to be my mentors. Black men who are supposed to be leaders. As soon as it comes down to them being challenged in any way, when it comes down to them being questioned in any way, they need to throw their authority and force it onto me, in my experience, or whoever it is that is a black woman. They just want to keep a black woman down and keep a black woman in her place. Now,
okay, I gotta pause it there too, because number one, some of what she's saying is correct, but in terms of her saying that black men are the biggest haters, first of all, everybody's a hater. This is 2025. No matter, that's a human thing. That's not a black thing. And that's the problem that I have with some of these people. Even on the men's side, when you make general statements like black men are just haters, it's like, no, they're people in general. That's a human being trait. All human beings are haters. Look at, literally, females hate on each other the most. So what she's saying there makes no sense. And when she's saying, oh, black men should go a date outside of the race, okay, we that's what black men already do. Most black women are complaining that we do that. We don't care. We'll date anyone. We'll date whichever race. The black men that I know, we don't look at each other at a girl's race and be like, yo, I'm dating her because she's white. We look at a girl and just date her because they like her. It's nothing. It's not too deep. Women overthink this stuff in general. Overthink this stuff. It's like, it's not that deep. Sometimes you could just like somebody. It's possible. You could just like somebody. But let me play the video.
The next reason why I don't date black men is because they're just too feminine. I'm going to be honest with you. Extremely feminine, lazy. Black men are just lazy as hell. They're hella unhealthy. They die very young because they don't take care of their health. I get up and I go to the gym at 5 o'clock, 5:30 most mornings. On weekends, I'm at the gym when it opens, 8 o'clock. I don't ever see black men in the gym. Now, granted, I live in San Diego, so there may not be that many black men in general, but there are still some percentage. I shouldn't be the only black person in the gym or the only one of 2 black people in the gym. I see so many black men walking around looking like they have one foot in the grave and one hand in the chicken bucket. And it's really unattractive. I don't need to be canoodling. I don't need to be cooperating. I don't need to be associated with any man that can't take care of his health. And again, from all the black men that I dated, whether they were skinny, whether they were bigger, they just did not take care of themselves, and it's unattractive. I can't date them. Too feminine, in addition to being lazy.
I gotta pause it right there. When she's saying too feminine, and then she goes on to saying that black men are unhealthy, I'll tackle the feminine part first and the lazy part. In terms of being lazy, I'll agree a lot. There's like a lot of younger black men. I feel like we take longer to actually get that maturity. I went to college right away, went to car sales, so I was around more mature people, so that helped mature me earlier. But I notice a lot of black men, when they're in their early 20s, they don't want to actually work, and they don't understand that you need to work early so you could enjoy the fruits of your labor later. So a lot of black men do not understand that, and I agree. In terms of the insecure thing, she keeps saying that, but everything she's saying applies to everybody. Especially, I assume she's in her 20s or 30s. In that generation, it applies to everybody. It's not just like, in terms of being like out of shape and stuff, most people are out of shape. 70-something% of America is overweight or obese, or 60-something percent. So of course, whether they're black, white, Asian, whatever the case may be, they're probably going to be overweight if they live in America. That's just like what she's saying. It's like is she even, she's not even hearing herself. It doesn't make sense. But let me play the video because we got a long way to go.
A black man's masculinity is not inherent. They're not masculine because they embody the qualities of masculinity, like being strong, like being organized, planners, like being disciplined. No. Black men are masculine relative to women. For example, black men's favorite line to say about black women is that
they're too independent.
Too independent relative to who, babe? To you, babe? To the black men that say that black women are too independent. They don't live alone. They don't own anything. They're in hella debt. They're living paycheck to paycheck. Yet they turn around and they look at a black woman who has all of these things going for herself, and they want to take her down, again, a peg to their level because...
Okay, I gotta pause it again. First of all, the poorest group in America, specifically if we're talking gender, is black women. That is the poorest, group that's in the most debt. Not black men, it's black women. Black men make more money. The average black man makes more money than the average black woman. The average black man is in less debt than the average black woman. These stats are all on Google. Like, Google is your best friend, but she'll ignore that. What she's saying makes zero sense. Again, black men are not saying, oh, black women are too strong, they're too independent. Black men don't even, that's not even how we talk. That's how women talk. Women will sit up in there and say, oh, I can't find a man because I'm too strong. I'm too independent. I don't need a man. So if you're strong and independent and you don't need a man, why are you even making this video? Why do I see so many black women say that they're strong and independent, but then they're making videos like this? If you're that independent, be by yourself. Nobody's stopping you. Let me play the video again, man.
They're insecure. But really going back to this masculinity versus femininity thing, which I think is kind of hogwash anyways, black men are very well known for expecting women to submit to them and listen to them, and you can't argue with them. You are to be seen and not heard. And it's just really not the way that the world works. They expect that when you say something that you need to believe it because they said it.
Black men in every Middle Eastern country,
because they're a man.
Asian countries are like that. What are you talking about?
Negating or brushing under the rug all of the other factors that they don't have going for them that makes it so that it's very hard to trust even what they're saying or to listen to their advice. Because why would you take advice from someone who you don't want to switch places with? I wouldn't do that. And that's why I'm the typical undesirable black woman. In the eyes of a black man, of course.
You're by yourself.
Moving on to the third reason why I do not date black men anymore. I'm never going to date black men anymore. Because I mean, after 10 or so, I'm pretty much going to take the L. I'm just telling you that that's why I don't do it. Because in my experience, when I take a step back and I observe what's been going on, I'm just and have been so happy and fulfilled, just not dealing with that. To the next point of being unmotivated, they expect recognition for doing the bare fucking minimum.
Says the one that's expecting recognition for living on their own and paying their own bills. You're an adult, you pay your own bills. Everyone that's an adult pays their own bills. Not everyone lives alone, but everyone pays their own bills. What's your point?
Okay, Ann. They did right. Black people can't be racist against black people.
Yes, that's a fact. But then black women are
I'm
also
saying
at
it
the lowest as well.
be speaking my truth of my observations. And this is not a divestment video. This is not a,
oh, ladies, you need to go and you need to date outside your race because these other men are so much better.
No. This is just to say, though, that the whole idea and the propaganda for black women to...
Okay, I gotta pause it here, and I'll end the video here because she's just gonna keep rambling about the same shit. Pretty much what I'll have to say is, she said that she hasn't slept with a black man since like 2020. She looks like she's in her 30s probably. So, all the stuff you're saying, you knew from the jump, but you were still sleeping with black men. So, it's like your point is irrelevant, and you're probably still sleeping with black men. I know so many girls like this, and this is just a fact. I don't care, you could disagree or whatever, but I know so many black girls that say they only date white men, and then they cheat on their white boyfriends with black guys. I've seen this in high school, I've seen this in college, and I've seen the opposite. I've seen guys that say they only date black women, and then they get a Latina that wants to holler at them, and all of a sudden they're not into the sisters no more. So everyone's just full of crap. We will all sleep with anyone. Like, let's keep it a bean. We would all sleep with whoever. Like, it's not oh, I'm not sleeping with black men no more. Nobody actually truly believes that. If someone's attractive enough, they'll sleep with you. You'll sleep with them. Let's be real. Let me know what you think down below. I think what she was saying, she had some valid points, but a lot of what she was saying was just stupid. Like, it wasn't relevant, didn't make sense, and she was generalizing things that applied to everybody. Like being out of shape, black women are more out of shape on average than black men. Black women are more poor than black men. Black women have more debt than black men. Black men make more money than black women. So, but for me to say that is a stupid point to make, because in every race it's like that. There's no race out there, white or even ethnicity, Hispanic, Caribbean, the men always make more than the women. There's no race out there that the women make more than the men. It doesn't exist. And again, if you don't believe me, Google is your best friend. Please look it up for yourself. But I'm out, man. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Every comment counts. If you made it this far, make sure you subscribe. Do not treat me like a side chick. Let the people know that you were here. I'm KamsCorner, and I'm out.